good. You know, that's tomorrow.
My dream has always been to bring that piece here. If I told you how complicated that was, you would not believe me that we literally installed it 2 days ago. And up to 2 days ago, I did not know if I could have the room I dreamed of for 2.5 years. But I think she's an incredible artist, extremely talented. And I wanted to start with this very iconic sculpture that is called Brick House, which is a 5-meter tall bronze portrait of a black woman whose torso becomes a form of West African architecture. So mixing the idea and thinking about the idea of the body as a vessel, as a container, as a house, but she stands there with such majesty and beauty, and yet she does not have eyes, but she has this very strong gaze. So I'm extremely happy to have that sculpture in the show, and for Simone to finally deserve and get the deserved merit at the US Pavilion.
Well, I think one of the themes throughout her work is this acknowledgement of the women who have come before her, the women who surround her, the women with whom she collaborates over time and are part of this community of creative and caring Black women. What I know our curator calls an ethos of citation as well, this acknowledgement of other women and their role and their importance to Simone Leigh. And you see this throughout the exhibition.
The Milk of Dreams features a vast majority of women artists and gender non-conforming artists. This is a result of many different factors. As a curator, I've always worked with many women artists. I think some of the best artists today are women artists, but also let's not forget that in the long history also of the Venice Biennale, the preponderance of male artists in previous edition has been astonishing in 57 editions. So I think this could be a great occasion to show that you can do an amazing show without necessarily having to feature most artists that are male, and that unfortunately we still have not solved many issues that pertain to this to the female gender.
The article also referred to Jamaica as men. One
So it is a term used to describe those a person like myself who is assigned male at birth, who live their gender in a feminine way. And then so we are part of a third gender community in Samoa that is culturally recognized but not legally recognized. So therefore, Paradise Camp is really about imagining a Fa'afafine utopia where it shatters colonial heteronormativity to make way for indigenous worldview that is inclusive and sensitive to the changes in the environment. But beneath this utopia lies the trials, tribulations, and triumphs of the Fa'afafine community and how they work through the colonial legacies of gender, sexuality, and the environment that is specific to the social and political context in Samoa.
Is it appropriate to
Well, the Milk of Dreams have been conceived fully in the pandemic times. Of course, now we open in another kind of crisis, which is the brutal invasion of Russia of the Ukraine state, and of course, it almost makes you pause and wonder whether it even makes sense to think and do and make art, because of course it seems so superficial. But at the same time, I think the Biennale, the Venice Biennale has this opportunity and this role which it had for decades to be a sort of seismographer of history and to absorb and record also the traumas and crises that go well beyond the art making or the contemporary art world.
that mean